Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So, guys, we live in a time period where modern men are not as strong as the men that came before them. You know, there's an attack on masculinity. You know, whether you see it or not, our sons our sons and stuff are gonna live through what modern men have created. You know, which we have created the social media era in our time, and we live in a time period where dating and relationships is a come up, a potential come up for modern women. So the question is, how long will you sit back as a modern man and not understand your value? How long will you sit back as a modern man and let modern women devour you? You know, leech off of your resources. You know, we live in a time period where how modern women tell other women to know your worth. You know your worth, girl. But we live in a time period where modern men don't know their worth. You know, they're going off most modern men are going off of interactions that they're having with multiple women that they're trying to pick up on a daily basis, not knowing that we live in a superficial time period where most modern women get most of their validation from likes on TikTok, likes on Instagram. It used to be a time period where modern women would dress up. They would dress up, put on their makeup, the dresses, the heels, and they would do that for men in their communities. Nowadays, when us men, you know, we're naturally trying to pick through the dating market. You know, we're naturally trying to pick women through the dating market, but nowadays, most modern women, when they dress up and we see them in their cars, we see them at Walmart, we see them at Kroger's, we see them at different places. Guys, make sure you guys thumbs up the video if you're new to the channel. If you like content like this, make sure you guys subscribe. Yeah, so we're living in a time period where when you see modern women dressed up and looking real good, they're not looking good for men on the streets. Most of them are dressing good for social media. Yep, yeah, I said it. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with it, you know, but this is the main reason why when guys try to holler at modern women on the street, they give you the poker face, you know, or they have a rude attitude towards you. We got Jay in the building. We got Bing Bong Laugh Two Top. He said, hi, how's your day? Jay's in the building. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee. You know, women these days are getting classy. And these are not just any women, guys. The women that I'm talking about, these are school teachers. These are like I stay in the area where there's a bunch of successful women. You know, school teachers, nurses, doctors, every profession you can think of. Even when you turn on the news, you will see a beautiful woman dressed up, and you'll think that, oh, she's out here looking for a dude. No, not necessarily. We live in a different time period now. A lot of times these ladies are getting dressed up so they can go to social media. I'm seeing soccer moms, like beautiful women who would never show their shapes in the past. They would never show their shapes in the past. They are wearing Lululemon. You know, they're wearing things that, you know, causes a lot of attention from men, because, you know, us as men, we're visual. We're visual people. But I'm gonna tell you guys how to get your confidence back. Not only get your confidence back, but attract these women and pick the woman that you know, pick through the fish out there. So we got a comment, guys. If you're new to the channel and you like content like this, man, make sure you guys subscribe. Man, make sure you guys also thumbs up the video. If you guys like reaction videos, this is the channel for you. If you guys like videos where, you know, you got me and we're having discussions on live, this is the channel for you. So Jay said the not so attractive women is easier to get than the highly attractive women. And these are facts. Usually, you know, nowadays you will see big girls, you will see women who are not attractive walking around acting like they attractive too. You know, so I can see what he's saying, but at the same time, you know, it's still a different game. Because you remember, before social media, guys, before we had social media, women only had access, all the women in your community only had access to the men in the community. So say for instance, if I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and boxing historian said, bro, shut up. Why don't you shut up, bro? Why don't you shut up? You want to come with it? Boxing historian, you want to come with it? You know, and it simps like this dude who don't listen. It's simps like boxing historian who don't listen, who end up getting used by women, and then he want to go and going in himself because the woman then played him. You know, it's women like this dude right here in the comments. You know, but like I said, guys, there used to be a time period, like if I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, then I got access to women that's probably at Birmingham, Alabama, or somebody who was closer, who probably traveled through or whatever. You know, I went to college in Birmingham, I work here, I live here, you know. But nowadays with social media, you got women and men, but mostly women. If she's attractive, if she's attractive, she has access to CEOs. She has access to business owners. She has access. I even seen this one chick on a video getting this NBA player's DMs, and she gave it to him the first night. You know, and he decided to kick it with her. Average chick. Just because she had social media and she was a chick and she looked good. So guys, if you want to claim your power back, first and foremost, you have to understand that as a man, you are the prize. You know, and I'm not talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm not talking about the guys who just out here ain't got a clue, you know, ain't got nothing going on for themselves and stuff like that. I'm talking about dudes that's working jobs, who has things, has a new vehicle, has a home, you know, a house. He owns his home, or he's just living. He's paying rent in a condo. He's single, living by himself. You are the prize. Because, you know, we hear a lot of sisters, a lot of black women and other modern women saying that they the table, they the prize, you know, when in all reality, you know, in all actuality, women know that the better they look, the more opportunity they have with men with money, because men are visual and men love beautiful women. And that's the trick. And that's the trick, guys. We got Heartily Happy. She said, "Hey, I'm just coming in. What we talking about?" I think this is a chick, and I think you probably won't even like what I'm talking about over here. We talking about modern women. We talking about how modern women use dudes, you know, walking around talking about they the prize and stuff, when in all actuality, a self-aware, conscious, hard-working man is the prize. He's the prize, guys. If you don't know you're the prize and you let women go around telling you that you're that they're the prize and you're not the prize, then they got you exactly where they want you. Because no matter what, guys, if you go off, and especially if you live in a first world country like I do in America, if you go off and meet a chick, and let's say you're a heavy machine operator, you're making $150K a year. You know, you go off and be like, "Oh, I'm about to go to the hood and go to the club." And you meet a chick and you be like, "Oh man, I'm whipped." You know, you get it. You whipped. Is she from the hood? And you, a man who is middle class, moving up in the world, decide to marry her. You know, as a man, you decide to marry her. You start to bear children with this woman. Now, what's gonna happen is that most modern women know that if their husbands are financially successful, you know, and they decide to leave, she's gonna get a financial assistance depending on how much money this guy makes. If she, guys, men are the prize, guys. Men are the prize. Jay in the building, he said these simps be disagreeing what we be saying all the time, and you know, healthily happy said, "I'm a seasoned woman, and I agree that some women are too judgmental and have too many high standards, but Man, she not just want a woman based on her appearance. These are facts, but we know that men are visual, and it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter on a woman's appearance, because a man could go get a passport and go to the Philippines and go to places where, there's beautiful women all over the world. We go to Africa, and women don't have, and the women, they've been taught to be wives and stuff like that, and they could be in the jungle and not even in a nice house and be absolutely beautiful. So men, you can have beauty. You can have beauty. Don't let women tell you that you can't have what you want. There's a billion women in this world. If you can't get her in America, if there's a beautiful, because most beautiful women, especially in places like America, are more sought after, because of the way they've been raised. We got social media. We got guys in the neighborhood who are willing to pay for interactions with these chicks. And she said men are visual and women want security. We built that way. But that's the point. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you want security, that means that we are the prize. I'm not talking about all men. I'm talking about men who know their purpose, who has a plan, who has his credit in order, who has different types of financial ventures, who has a house. He's the prize. Simple and plain. And there is ways, if you guys have slipped up and got a baby mama, or you done got married like I have, there's ways to take control over your wife. And I'm gonna tell you about that. There's ways to be in a situation where you're the ultimate power in the household. And a lot of times if you get an American woman, it's going to be a struggle to get that power, which you shouldn't have to do. But me, I slipped up, got married, I got 3 kids. But there's a way to get that power, guys. There's a way to get that power. So, man, if you guys want more content like this and you want longer videos like this, I'm on my break and I'm about to go hop out here and probably smoke some weed, get my money, and we gonna come back. We gonna come back to the channel. So if you guys like topics like this, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys like and share the video. But I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next one. Over and out.